A quick recap, we're going to sketch our letters out for spacing, then draw our bubble or block style letters, outline them with the Sharpie pen, and add shadows with the Sharpie marker. Clean up all the extra pencil lines. All right, Hornets, just a refresher on your coloring. You're going to want to pick the same 3 colors that you started with last time. And they don't necessarily have to go in the same order, but we are going to use the same process. Remember that you're going to start with the darkest value of color number 1, and we're trying our best to color vertically, meaning up and down strokes with your pencil. And even though I'm coloring vertically, I'm making sure that I'm still coloring all the way in and stopping at the edge of my letter. I'm going to go around my highlights. After I color the darkest value of color number 1, I'm going to fade into a medium value by coloring vertically, and then the lightest value. I'm going to do a little bit of overlapping of my values just so they blend better. Once I've gotten to my lightest value of color number 1, I'm going to switch to color number 2, and I'm starting with the lightest value, overlapping color number 1. That overlapping will give the illusion of the 2 colors blended together. Then I'm going to transition to a medium. Remember, your middle color will have the most space, then a dark value. And with that middle color, color number 2, we're going to transition from light to dark and then back from dark to light. And that's the only color we're going to do that on. So I'm going to go back to a medium value, and then my lightest value. Making sure I've got it all filled in. If you colored letters last time, go back and look at them. Make sure you don't have any white spaces, that you filled it in completely. Even where you have that light value, you should still be coloring all the way to the edges. Now I'm going to switch to color number 3, and it's light to dark. So I'm starting with my lightest value, blending colors 2 and 3 here where they touch, then medium value, and then finally my darkest value. And then I'm going to continue until all of my colors are colored in. Now that my coloring is all done, I'm going to work on combining my writing with my wall. Now, just as a reminder, if you didn't finish shading your wall, you're going to want to use one of the ebony pencils to color a thick, dark line around the edge of each brick, and then use one of the tortillons to blend your pencil towards the middle just a little bit, to give each brick a little bit of shadow. So if you haven't finished that, do that first. When you are ready to combine, first thing we're going to do is cut our letters or our word out as one piece. If you space your letters really far apart and there is a lot of white space between them, you can cut them out individually. But I do want you to leave a little edge of white paper around your shadows, around your outlines. So as I'm cutting, I can go kind of up and in between any space where I can still leave a little bit of that white outline. I want to leave a little edge just so it pops off the brick a little bit. Now I've got my name cut out, and I'm going to glue it onto my brick. It should fit exactly the same way it fit on the other paper. So I'm going to flip over my name. I'm going to use a really small amount of glue because I don't want to make my paper soggy and I don't want to get glue everywhere. So I'm just going to put kind of a really thin line like a spaghetti noodle just around the edges of my lettering. Don't need to put a bunch more on there. And when I pick this up, it's not going to drip. That's how little glue I have. And I'm going to get it positioned. and just glue it so it fits on the brick page. Now, if you did cut your lettering apart to get rid of some extra white space, you'll just glue them individually. Now, the last step is to kind of decorate the rest of my wall with graffiti. So think letters, numbers, doodles, little pictures, and for this part you can use all the colors. So I might add some things that are sort of meaningful to me. You might think about like emojis or symbols like Basquiat's crown. Some of you added those types of things to your lettering already, but this is a time where you can add more things. You can doodle sayings, words, names, things that are significant to you. Try to add a good amount all around. All right, now that I am done, I am going to make sure that my name is on the back and put my artwork on the drying rack.